$99. Yeah, like early on there with that CGI shit, like we're talking about, is like brand new, and they fucking crushed it.
Yeah, it still works for that movie. Like it's not aged. It has not aged.
No, well, it didn't. It did like Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park. They use it as a tool as opposed to like a driving force in the movie, which I think a lot of movies do now. Like they sacrifice like a storyline for just like, oh, visually is what's going to be the driving force. Yeah. Like fucking Avatar.
That's what a lot of comic book movies do. Yeah.
Comic book movies.
You can't say Avatar, even though I agree with you, but some people say that's such a phenomenal story.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people say that, but to me, it's like it was just a recycled version.
It's just
of a
lot a recycled
of stories,
story,
and like visually. Didn't you tell me they spent like $1 billion on the new one or something like that?
On the new one, yeah, I thought it was
number 2.
I think they had to make like $2 billion to profit or something stupid like that. I know it was at least over $1 billion.
Do you think they'll do it? I think so.
They might, because they just like leave worldwide. They could get it a lot, and they could just leave it in theaters for a long time, like they did with that. Endgame beat them, the first Avatar. Remember, they surpassed it.
No, I don't remember. Endgame did,
and then James Cameron was like, "Oh, let's release Avatar in theaters for a few more weeks."
Yeah,
like 10 years later, 15 years later.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say.
Just so he could go back up and take the mantle.
That guy seems like he's got some crazy ego going on with him.
I mean, he spent the last 11 years working on this
Avatar too.
On these, well, I think they signed him for like 7 more movies or some ridiculous number.
What do you mean, Avatar movie?
Yes. It wasn't like a trilogy. It was like this is
that goes back to my question. It's just like they instead of doing like, hey man, we want 1 90-minute to 2-hour good idea. We need 7 2-hour. So it's like that can't be good for 14 hours of content.
I mean, they make shows now that are kind of like, HBO shows that are hour-long content. So it's like you get a season that's 10 hours long. So you can deliver good content if you treat it as like a mini-series almost.
Sure. But no, it can
be done. But I agree with you.
It can be done.
I'm not going to see it, and I'm not looking forward to listening to anybody talk about it.
I couldn't get through the first one. Like I just wasn't.
It was fine.
It was okay.
I watched it. It's not a bad movie. But a lot of people were like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen, and this is the best spectacle. And I was like, all right, so I'm expecting a lot. I was like, it is kind of cool, but at no point in my life have I said, you know what? I want to rewatch Avatar. Never.
You know what movie's better than Goodfellas? Avatar.
Avatar.
You seen Avatar, bro?
Like, oh, man.
Pesci's good and everything.
You know what's better than Boogie Nights? Avatar.
I love Boogie Nights.
I love Boogie Nights.
I got to rewatch Boogie Nights, dude.
It was an all-timer.
It was too much of a down because Paul Thomas Anderson, right? He's the creator. He's a phenomenal filmmaker.
One of the best.
Like The Master is fucking fabulous. And it was just the first time I watched it, I was just bummed. Like I just felt genuinely bad for most of the characters.
But I think now knowing kind of what the resolution is with a lot of these characters in the end of the movie, you will enjoy the second time more because there are so many little jokes and references and things throughout that you're like...
I did laugh, dude. I tell you that. I told you I laughed at like parts that shouldn't have been laughed at, and I'm just like... Oh my God.
I mean, even like the downfall parts where, where they're trying to sell like a bag of fake Coke to that guy that looks...
That's the firecracker scene?
Yeah. That guy, by the way, that guy... looks exactly like my dad did at that age.
With the guy with the
robe and the mustache and dresses.
That's fucking
literally
hilarious.
I'm like watching. I was like, "This is my dad."
That's why I love that movie.
It's amazing.
I'll rewatch it with that in mind. Your dad's fucking. That's classic.
And so I'm watching that scene, and the firecrackers are going off in the back, which I think was just Paul Thomas Anderson smacking 2x4s like to make that sound.
Oh, probably.
And Mark Wahlberg is so stressed out in that scene from days of shooting. He's tired. He's actually mentally fucked up, and he's like hearing these slaps like coming kind of out of nowhere, and he's like having that visual of him like for 15 seconds just like having a meltdown with his face. Incredible acting. Oh my God.
I usually and like Mark Wahlberg is like I shit on him, but it's like in that movie, no, he's very good.
But those 3 songs, Jesse's Girl and
damn, you've seen it that many times, because I've seen it once.
Something's changed, it ain't hard to define. She's got herself a girl and I wanna make her mine. And she's watching me with those eyes. And she's looking with that body, I just know it. Ricky Springfield, the fire mine.
Alright, I'll rewatch it, dude. Because I'm like, okay, this all
He's been up
sounds
for like
funny.
4 days. He just wants to party. Oh,
Play some baseball. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah. Like something that I love that you haven't seen. Like I would love to do like the Ocean's 11 thing.
Yeah,
which is one of my favorite movies, and I think if I were to break it down, I would say that is the most rewatchable movie of all time, or top like 3.
Okay.
Just because it's so fun and you have this cast.
Sure.
You can throw it on at any point on the TV or see it on TNT and be like, oh, I love this scene. I want to watch. And then you kind of just get like sucked in.
I got you. Well, Goodfellas is like that for me.
Goodfellas is the same kind of thing. Big Lebowski. There's certain movies where you're like, oh, I just want to come and watch this one scene.
I just want to hang out with the guys.
And then you're in it.
That's how I am.
But the fact that you haven't seen Ocean's 11
I haven't.
and that you are more or less refusing to do it,
I'll watch it.
I think it would be a good conversation.
It would be.
So
like, since we're doing this.
Because you're either going to shit on me because I've hyped it up so much.
You've hyped it up. You couldn't hype up a movie more.
I probably couldn't hype it up more than I ever have. But it is. We have.
But here's the thing: you wouldn't be alone. It's not like you're Fast Furious.
No, it's not a hot take.
Obsession.
Yeah,
where it's like that's your.
That's a little hot takey.
That's a very hot takey.
Sure,
but it's like. No, I'd be the asshole if I was like, no.
It's like one of the most beloved movies.
Ocean's 11's trash.
But I mean,
the
sequels are good too. They're so much fun. It's like even the parts that are bad. There's 12 and 13.
There are 12.
There's the one that they did with Sandra Bullock, like Ocean 6 or 7 or what?
The female one.
Ocean's 8.
Yeah, right. That's just the three.
And I watched it and I gave it a chance, and it was just bad. And I think.
So my point is, stop remaking our fucking movies. Leave our movies alone. We don't remake your films. You don't see Brad Pitt and George Clooney getting together to make Mystic fucking Pizza or the Sisterhood of the Yaya Fuckhead Traveling Pants movie. We leave your shit alone.
I think it's really sad that they take such talented actresses.
Yeah.
And instead of writing a nice original script for them and like using them to their strengths, they just recycle another story. Ghostbusters, Ocean's 8, whatever it is. Why are you wasting their talent and their fucking time? Give us a good story. We want to see these women in a movie that's good.
Yeah. Well, The Heat.
That's all there is to it. The Heat is great.
Both of those movies you mentioned had Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Original.
So why can't we have more of those? Bridesmaids, phenomenal. Why can't we have more of that?
Well, I think it comes down to like the I mean, I don't know if I didn't look into this, but like who greenlit. Because everyone loves Ghostbusters. Like it's a property that like they know they can make money on.
Yeah, well,
and they just got to recycle on it. Same with what you're saying, like Oceans.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic Park, dude. They made two good movies out of 6, and like the last one, I don't even think they tried. I think they literally were just like, you know what's going to make money?
More than 6 at this point.
Anything with Jurassic Park on it.